People are dungeon! People are dungeon! People are dungeon! People are dungeon! People are dungeon!
stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars. Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Oh no. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Was that my ship? Doesn't work. Ship repairs are expensive. There's all kinds of things. Gravity stabilization and food processors. You know, guns, engines, life support.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Damn the board. All right. To be good at that. Charm. Why is two-handed melee affected by temperament? It's curious, isn't it? Long guns, one-handed melee, strength is melee, heavy weapons, block, inspiration, intimidate. Gee, where did they get this skill list from? Go with intelligence and perception for those last ones. Alright, next. Points available, huh?
Subtle and discreet. Exactly what I need. I hope we haven't lost that silver tongue to frostbite.
I hope so too. No discernible aptitude. Beverage service technician. Playing games to get away from real life. I don't want to take the same job I've had recently. Bureaucrat. No, that sounds boring. Cashier construct. Oh, it's one of those. Tossball team mascot. I love it. Maybe a dirt farmer. It's very DCC of us. Construction lectures. Scientist
I
assistant.
wonder what experiments you were subjected to.
Oh, I see. That's just creepy. And their eyes are too far apart or too close together. Ugh. He's not an attractive dude. Hmm. Cheeks. High, sharp cheekbones. That's the ticket to being persuasive. I don't know. Alright, I actually kind of like that hairstyle. Let's switch color here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what other styles there are. They still have not like mastered hair in video games, have they? It's like they think people don't care. What is going on? Oh, I love that. Yes. Unibrow. It's like dude age. Give him some facial hair. What's the most ridiculous one? I think it's that one. Oh, that one. Facial hair color. How bright can we get it? Oh. Looks like he belongs in Oz. We represent the Lollipop Guild. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, cool. Dirt. Dirty. Totally. How much dirt can you get on there? Like, scar. You always have to have a scar. Especially if you're one of them persuasive, sneaky types. That looks like a pretty good scar, actually. Right there. Age. There, we're going to wrinkle them up a bit. Alright. What's your name? Who's asking? There, take that. Yes, summary. Start game with this character. I accept. Oh, right off the bat, he screws it up.
Your lucky day, my friend.
Is it? Because those red lights and sirens don't sound like it's my lucky day.
Not likely, bootlickers.
Bootlickers! I like this guy.
Initiate skip jump.
Sayonara, suckers!
Status. Structural integrity down 25%.
Great.
Power levels down. His drive is
Shit.
Should have been a mechanic, apparently.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its
means
journey
aliens,
at
I'm sure.
sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take.
Oh, I'm glad you saved one of us.
Reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well...
I don't want to be
not to
liquefied.
worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised
I
to keep
thought
you
I
from
felt
dying
something
so
funny in there.
horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes?
Well, at least I'm juiced up, so I won't feel it.
My chemical supplies
Should you be doing that with me inside
I know
here?
it's a lot to ask, but I
Can
must
you
have
even
your
hear me?
help securing more if we're to save the
Must be
rest of your
soundproof.
fellow colonists.
Yes, let's go get them
I'd
all.
see it done
I don't know
myself,
why
of
you
course,
picked me.
but the board has a sizable bounty on my head.
Oh,
Now,
duly
my
noted.
ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Great. Yeah. Oh, glad to be rid of him. I get that bounty later. Don't turn people into the law. That's not the way. This is the way. Yes. Thank you, motorcycle, going by rather loudly. Add a little flavor there. I don't know what I could do to block that one out. Move the office.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler.
Your ship was falling
His
apart.
name is Hawthorne.
There's a bounty on
and
your
he
head.
should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him,
Oh.
I'm sure.
Spike?
I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
You didn't say planet ball! Thank God I'm hopped up on drugs. I mean, in the game. How do you know which buttons to push? They were all kind of flashing. Guess you've been in one of those before.
Ah, you've landed good. Hawthorne,
I didn't say it was a good
close by.
landing. Well, I mean, I can walk away from it, so I guess I can't say it's good.
Is that him?
Oh, great, we killed him.
That idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Or like,
Hawthorne
I
won't
don't know,
mind
his
you taking his
clothes?
ship. Better you than the board, huh?
I
Not
guess.
sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the
says I'm
whole
not gonna?
squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Well, at least he wasn't liquefied explosively. Ooh, let's catch that. Hey, dude. Sprat, huh? You look cool. What's this? What about this one? Well, hey, Sprat. Oh, great. You're running away. I should run away. Nope. Alright, I got it. Oop, yep. There's all kinds of sprats. I want one as a pet. I am pretty stealthy, quiet. What happens if you wake them up? See how I was already in the tall grass? Oh, those enemies. Ooh. That certainly sounds like they heard me. It's one of those don't pick up anything levels I see. Whoa.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Unforeseen side effects. Did I get mutant powers? Oh, that's so nice of you. Oh boy, what do we gotta do? 10 meters. That's a long fall. miss a thing here? Nope. Alright. Oof. Yeah. Thanks, I have low health. Railroady. That's what I would call that. You have to fall down this hole to get hurt, so we can show you how to use your medical thing. That's just not cool, man. Not cool. Uh-oh. Who's coughing? I don't like people named Guard.
Hey, you, come here.
Oh, crap. No sense creeping anymore, huh?
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
Oh, yeah, tell me about the
Gibbering,
Marauders.
flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some
That's
hole
not
had
cool.
grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Great. I've got a better idea. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All
I mean, I'll
Spacer's
take that
Choice
one, too.
weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice.
He deserves to die.
Yes, nailed it that time.
Yeah.
You hit your head or something?
Yes.
You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something?
Oh.
Don't
caught a
take
new
this the
name.
wrong way or
Check.
nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
This is somebody I want to meet. Alright. Ta, dude. Nah. He'll figure it out. Right? When I don't come back for him, then he'll know that I, like, totally... Do I have to blow them up? Can't I just jump over them? And then crouch? You have to blow them up. That just doesn't seem right. Oh. Well, alright.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear
Blew
me?
something up.
What in the... This...
Yes. What if I, score? Uh-oh. Pressing the right over tactical time dilation. Got it. So it's like bullet time. Alright, continue. I'll hold A. Got it. I mean, why wouldn't I, shoot it? Oh, crap. Ah, ha, ha. I mean, I wanted to shoot him in the head, but that was just lined up. How could I not take that shot? Hold X, take all. That's what I get for shooting sprats, I guess. I see. Probably could have just waited. Can I collect the mushrooms? Can take all your stuff now, because you're dead. Sweet. Who doesn't like a bunch of random stuff? Oh. Oh, I thought it was first aid. It was fish sticks. Fish sticks. The next. Yeah. Take that, air. I guess I should learn the controls better, huh? I know it says... Oh, they both go down. Oh. Marauders. Yes. Mouse drift. Do do do. Do do do. Oh, why did you? Oh, that was not pretty. I'm not good. I am not good. Game over. And you're dead. Alright, maybe not shoot the spreads. Oh, I'm past that already. So I just gotta sneak by these guys. Since I'm not good enough to kill them right now. Hit that dude in the head. The marauders. Ooh, ow, I'm on fire. Awesome. Don't like hurt yourself. Right before the big fight. That's why coaches tell you to not have sex before the big game. You might hurt yourself. What do I know about coaches? Alright, so there's like 3 of them down here. One, two. I thought there was a third one. It must be behind the ridge or something. Oh, tall grass. I can slide by. Don't look up here. Don't look up here. You're gonna look up here, aren't you? Don't look up here. Do it, yes. I like this mechanic, this tall grass thing. Just kind of gets out of your way so you can do whatever you need to do. Alright, where's that other guy? There's 2 of them right there. Where's that third guy? Oh, don't look in here. You won't like me when I'm angry. Oh, see how tempting? How do you not take that shot? Like, right in his ear hole. Oh! Glad I didn't. This dude's like, what are you looking at? Your eyeball. I'm gonna wander away. Wander away. Alright, back, turn back. No, almost. Oh, he goes around. I see. And this guy's gonna go back that way. And then I'm just gonna wander on over here. Ah, and a stealthy tug. Oh, what a strange tree. Okay, so now he's gone. I should be able to just dip down here. Oh, there's the other guy. crud. Which way is he going? He didn't see me. Oh crap! Yeah. Run! Run for the ship.
Hey! Get
Oh.
over here before you get yourself killed.
Yeah, I mean, thanks. I was right on the edge of it. How astute you are. Good Captain Mercer, I think it said.
Don't know
Yes.
where you came from, stranger, but you best
Lieutenant.
keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts. And
No
worse, landing
shit.
violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
He's dead.
Really? How is he?
Shot.
Well, that's a relief. You don't want to know how much paperwork's involved in paying off a gravesite fee. We'll see him back to
Rude.
Edgewater. Just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense.
Holy
I just,
corporate
you know,
advertising.
Need a couple of winks to
Yeah.
catch my breath.
Sure.
Stretch my legs, son.
What? I bet you get these tell you where that ship is. Oh, yes.
You think? Most
Totally.
marauders can't even talk. But criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature.
That's how I got here.
You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report.
You
Then
do
it's
that.
gonna be fucking laminated.
Whoa! It's gonna be laminated. Well, hot damn. Oh, those marauders. Yeah, you fight those marauders for me. I'm gonna run away. Sneak into the ship here. Oh, headshotted him. Good job. Thanks, Lieutenant. Later. I mean, can I loot your kills? Where'd the bodies go? Alright, fine. Go get the rest of them. I'll be right here watching this door.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Well, okay. It's good to hear. Is there any liar?
Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Oh, all right. I mean, I'm not really. Ooh, how do I switch to that? Not really ignoring you per se.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
You bluffing me?
I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty.
True.
Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence.
Wait a minute.
Gesture procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4,
No,
3,
she's lying.
2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to
Good try.
express disappointment.
Oh,
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am
did.
incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's dead.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Got it.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Well, that's terrible.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge.
Ah.
Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies
Ada.
you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Duly noted. Ooh, I leveled up. Which button is that? This one? I want to view the ledger. I don't remember which button it is. Tab, okay. Every time you level up, blah blah blah. Maximum of 50, blah blah blah. 100. Points. Whole day, work diligently. You got it, Auntie Cleo. Alright, where are we at here? 10 points available. Ooh, and perks. Oops. Take care of routine on weapons, they'll take care of it. Just got it. How do I move to this thing? Oh. My old man with his cheesy mustache. His big hair. Wonderful. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Ammo, energy. Okay, got it. Oops. Can I repair? All right. It's like a all standard inventory type interface up in here. Let's go back to that weapons thing, because you know, that's the fun stuff. Alright, journal, map, character. Okay, I got skills and perks. Selecting perks. New perk point every 2 levels. Alright, what do we do? I've grown healthier. I'm just gonna take that one. Let's be smart. Right? Lone wolf, sometimes you're the only person you can trust, and that's okay. Deal increased damage when adventuring alone. I'm kind of doing that right now. Carrying capacity, recharge, fast travel when encumbered. Companion kills. Ooh, I need a companion. I feel like that's going to be useful right there. All right, 10 points of skills. Let's see here. I'm somewhat stealthy. Each point to 50, after 50. Right, so that's a 20. And I'm using guns right now, so let's throw a little in here. There, right at 20 there. Dodge, block, persuade. I mean, leadership, no. Negotiation, that's probably under persuade, I bet. All right, we'll do 2 there. And we'll just bump that up a little because it sucks. You have unlocked a dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Debilitated. Cool. Go to the journal. Oh, I need right trigger codex. Oh, it's just all the stuff. Yes, yes. I hate these things. Like, that drive me crazy because I'll be like, what's there? What did I miss? It's just a me thing, I'm sure. Alright, thanks, Ada.
The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
Right, power regulator. Go back to pillaging the ship. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Don't shoot anything accidentally. Put my gun away. How do I do that? Nope, that's not it. I feel like it's not. Oops, right. I remember. Okay. All right, well.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Got it. So just
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
yeah. Who is he playing games with then? I feel like the computer would cheat. LG Lager. That sounds delicious. Ooh. All right. Put it on there.
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
Did he die though? Choosing a respec refunds all your skill points per points that you can spend in a different way. Price per increase each time you use it. Cool, got it. No. Respec on my first build.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
Right. I'm gonna rename you Serenity. But you're too chatty for that. I feel like
If
Serenity.
your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
One of your weapon or armor items is broken and maybe you should find a workbench and repair it. How fortuitous that it was right there in front of me. Oh, I see. You want me to fix that. Oh, what? Oh, I see. Repair. Insufficient weapon parts. Thanks. Ooh. And I got enough now. Yeah, thanks. Which one's broken? Well, I'm not going to use you right now anyway. I'm going to swap you out for... how do I do that? This one. Sure hope that's not where I sleep, actually. Is it? Alright, let's go be bad guys. Oh, crap. I didn't want to see you two again.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
And that's why you put points in lie. Inspect the crime scene. I'm gonna go inspect this corpse for useful stuff. Yes. East, you say? Wreckage. See? You always go by the wreckage. Nothing. Nothing. Ah. Box. Something. Junk. To sell. Got anything? No? Dead residents. Meanwhile, they're trying to give me a ticket for illegally parking. See how they are? Ooh, that's a steep climb. Like a champ. Aha. Oh. Oh, really? 4 shots to the head didn't take him out? Oh my god. I am so bad. I think 4 shots to the head didn't take him out. Probably hit me once in the head and I'm dead. But not in supernova difficulty. Duly noted. Alright. Missed that last time. Because I was too busy not using the road. Oh, crap. Alright, well, I know where those guys are. It's like it wants me to die. It's like, hey, if you make a sneak attack, you'll do extra damage. It won't kill them, but you'll die. That's not nice, game. It's not nice at all. a sneaker approach here. Oh, this has got to be. Yep. So I do this. Sweet. Is he sleeping? Even better. Can I bash his head in? I mean, might as well try, right? Oh! Oh! Oh, brained him. Goosh! Yeah, who needs a pistol or a rifle? They use this thing. That was amazing. Totally brained that first dude. That was awesome. I'm having some fun. Let's get that stick back. Nope. Nope. Yup. Later, Marauder dudes. How idyllic until something tries to eat you, I'm sure. I think I can stop crouching. You don't need to be sneaky anymore. I lied. I'm gonna sneak anyway. It's just the kind of player I am. Oh, well, look. I found the cemetery. What's in here? How do I get in there? There's no door. Who makes a building with no door? Ooh, fancy.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Chip.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend.
Mm.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium?
Absolutely.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
No, you don't say.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you.
I sure don't.
Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
That was awesome. Junior in humor. Who do I... Yeah, that.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got
You
business
sure are
inquiries, you should
inhumorous.
stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Yes.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Oh. So you want me to...
Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
You know, I'm pretty loose in terms of morals, but even I don't want to go do this job.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Sure.
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours.
I do need a haircut.
Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town.
Who says
All except
domicile?
Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah?
I lied. Yeah, I don't really care about Junior and humor. Oh, hello.
Huh? What? I wasn't dozing off.
I don't blame you. Is that another recruit? Corporate trooper. I like your mask.
I could really go for some Saltuna.
Duly noted. Why, look, there's a door in for me. I know, I just... You want to look around and be like, where's some free stuff I can have? Alright, fine, we'll go in. Transition to Edgewater. Can make me the star of the show. Looking a little fuzzy today, like a hologram. All right, back to Yon Emerald Vale. Oh, look, I followed a point on a map and it gave me XP. That's the best kind of game. Very specific stuff. Well, what are you doing? Just hanging out?
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Keep your distance, friend.
All right.
Sick house is no place for a traveler.
That's right. I don't want to be getting sick now. Do I? Oh, the barber shop. I don't really want to collect any dues.
Had your rations yet?
No.
Yep. 2 whole cans of Saltuna.
Carry on.
You're not very friendly. Jerks. I'm going to the cantina. Screw y'all. I gotta put this big stick down here. Cannery worker, cannery worker, cannery worker, cannery worker. That's such the trend here.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another zero-G.
Is that flirting in this in Edgewater? Because that's hey.
I don't know you.
It's true.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name.
There's a reason for
I don't
that.
know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
A good dental plan? I'm gonna go for charm.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles.
Yeah, salt tuna.
Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters.
Oh,
You understand.
Yeah, tell me about those,
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves.
Oh.
Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you? Coming right up.
What? Hangover dexterity, that's a nice trip tease. This one lasts 30 seconds. I'm all good here. Nope, not that. This one. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, what are you looking at? What's that? I mean, you're all looking at me. I can't really just steal that, can I? Oh, hey, look. It's just not worth it. Gotta know when to pick your battles. Oh. Close the door. Nice. Because now I can be like, what? Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal. That's just nonsense. Oh, yes. That's not the bathroom. Nothing to see here. Where's that go? Take man's jaw. Whoop. Where's the general store? Oh, there it is. You.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Oh, fancy. Yeah.
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Duly noted.
Go right ahead. Other than yourself, definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong, he seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
I see.
I'd keep a few paces between myself and Miss Holcomb, the town mechanic, since her dear father left the workforce. No ill intent in her, mind. Just a queer sort, restless, scatterbrained, inclined to do first and think after, if you take my meaning.
I feel like you're insulting her.
Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether.
She seemed
Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
Rude.
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
But, like...
Work your jaw on some Spacer's chaw.
No.
Music to my ears.
Level 5. 137. Spacer's choice. I wonder if I can take them apart later. That's interesting. Index training. Firefly. Maxwell the Silver Hammer. Clever. Oh, man. I can't afford that. Alright. Brain you this time. That looks like a church. It says stay away from the vicar. This Moby Soul. Look at you.
You're safer inside the walls.
Keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Nice propaganda posters.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Oh, man.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make. Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Well, okay. I'm just going to go see him then. So there. vending machine. Oh. Sell junk? Yes. Oh, nice. What I really want to do is hack into it. Can I hack into it? You can buy elite troop armor from a vending machine. I love it. Oh, but I can't buy that. Sell that helmet. Oh, all right. I'll follow you then. Aiming to misbehave. Contagion. It's hitting too much in the reality. Hack. Accepted. Theodore buried last night. Statement. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privileges. Huh. You don't say. Interesting. Ooh.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Yikes.
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Noted.
Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Of course it was.
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Not cool.
All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Well, thanks there, Foreman Granger. Oh, symptoms of infection. Plague. There, I spilled some chaw. There's a box down there. Must have something good. Have something. No, see here, trooper. Just stick to your own business. It's just there.
Miss Holcomb, I need to explain this address. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have... Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
I see.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright, got my Kaylee. Characters join. Great.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh?
Sorry, I can't. Hey, mister, can we talk?
Now you
Sorry.
are.
Can we chat? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways. I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Interesting.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Hey, Snacks. I was just grabbing something to drink there. All right, let's see here.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife.
I know. What a
I
jerk.
can see why that troubles you.
That Thompson's a real jerk.
Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Yeah, tell me what you think about them.
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons.
Thoughtfully provided.
Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Might as well get all the info I
Not if
can.
things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice,
There we go.
be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Oh.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls.
Curious.
My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
See, almost missed that side quest.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to. Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I see. Antagonize him. Sure.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map.
There we go.
Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Me hit Vicar Big Stick. No, that's just wrong. What's going on over here? Praying to the corporation. All praise Spacer's Choice. Alright, who else? Gotta go hassle some people for some gravesite fees, which does not sound like a cool thing to do, really.
Sure thing.
Oh, I don't know what I just... Oh, I told her to go over there.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
The botanical lab.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of saltuna.
Oh, that's poor. Those dudes said the same thing last time I walked by. Nothing like crazy amounts of repetition of inane nonsense to drive me crazy. Well, anyone I know? Vandalism, uncensored practice, theft, destruction, murder. I like them.
Been eating nothing but saltuna for a year.
Yeah.
We should keep our voices down.
Alright, I suppose we can head out to, maintenance division. This could be handy.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Didn't say steal, it said take. Alright, let's see here. I have, oh, see, I can break something down. I thought so. I was like, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm like, nope. Just turn it into parts. Boom, perfect. Parts. We got another one with it? Wait, what did I turn into parts? Okay. I do. Oh, that's her. That's hers. I understand. I have a mod for something, I thought. Mr. Zap. Oh, look at that. It's like an electric hammer. What's the damage on that? 120. What's the damage on this? Oh, who needs that? This is just a regular hammer. Oh, that's, but it's more powerful. Oh, hold on. I want to equip it. All right. $137, 180, 93. Get rid of it. How do I get rid of it? There we go. Get a grenade. I don't think I have any grenades yet. But I got this. Let's go brain something with this thing. See how it works. Which way I gotta go? Where's the... This way. Come on, companion. We're gonna go brain us some stuff. We'll find some grenades, I'm sure, along the way. The only source of protein a busy worker needs. The cannery? I mean, it's an advertisement for the cannery. Are they talking? Is that the salt tuna? Also, where are they getting these salt tuna from? Because I saw some dead sprat in the cannery, and I think salt tuna is sprat. It's these little lizard things. You'll see them in a minute as soon as we get out of the city. Aha! Let's find us some. Come here, I want to squash you. I heard you. Oh, it's a little chunky right now. What's going on there? Alright. Let's find us something to crush. This hammer. Interesting. That is a dead sprat. And I think they're making salt tuna out of it. See what goggles up? Oh, what am I Why are we shushing? Clearly I'm missing something. Must be a marauder somewhere. Well, there must be. It's Earth Terra 2, they call it. So it's like humanity has left Earth and is out in space, generation ship type stuff. And but everybody lives and works for the corporation. Oh, and so part of the Marauders. Oh, I'm totally gonna brain one of these dudes. And it's very the corporation is very strict with all these crazy rules that you have to follow, and it's all about profit to the corporation. So like a dude killed himself and they charged him with damaging company property. Kind of like what happens in the Navy if you do something to yourself. They could, if you do something stupid to yourself, they could. Okay, I'm gonna brain one of these dudes, and then we're gonna have a big fight on our hands. But it's okay because this dude's gonna be dead. Hey, dude. Oh. Boom. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Alright, we got him. Oh. Boom! Boom! Love it. I mean, I could use a gun, but that's just not the same, is it? Loot all the corpses. That's the thing to do. It's just like D&D in that respect. That's because everything's based on D&D. Alright. Where's the other guy? Oh, I'm injured. I gotta do this. I could probably eat something too, I bet. Nope, wrong one. Well, that one, but... Inventory. There we go. Let's eat that. Yum. Mock apple, it's called. It sounds delicious. Gala. I knew there was one I missed. Alright. Time to level up. What do I suck at still? Melee. I mean, if we're gonna run around blasting people with this hammer thing. Handguns are at 20. Dodge, block. Balance. Sure. Drop the rest in this one. Alright. Apply. Alright, where are we going? Here. Yeah, that was fun. Can we like get in some of this? That's a nope. Evicted.
I'm coming!
BAM! Man. That was fun. I might have issues. I may have some issues, some deep-seated anger issues. They're marauders. They're not even people, they say. I mean, they probably are, but so was Soylent Green, and that turned out fine. She's fine. Look, she popped right up. See? No worse for the wear. Not even bleeding or nothing. Oh, there's the guy. Armor up my companion. pristine. They have more durability. Does that mean I found something? Oh, wait a minute. Those are look like Marauders over there. Let's see here. Give me that. No, the other one. Yep, those are some Marauders. Oh man, right in the head.
Here we go. That's gotta hurt.
I agree. Oh, she just runs into. See, she's not getting armor. She just runs into combat like that. Oh, 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 oh. Alright, he's done. It's got like bullet time. Oh, and I'm dead. Need to armor up myself. I do not play enough first-person shooters, so I'm not very good. It's good to know your limitations, they say. Phrasing snacks. Oh, I gotta pick up all this stuff again. This is a kid-friendly show. No, it's not. I'm running around hammering people in the head. Kids should not be watching this. Unless they're, you know, gonna buy the game, I guess. I don't know. Who am I? I'm not their parent. Alright, so that was a bad battle plan. I mean, the plan was shoot that guy in the head and see how it went, so it's not surprising that it was a bad battle plan. Oh, but we can go in here. Let's go in here. Whoop! Whoop! Close the door when you come in. There's marauders out there. Man. Kids these days. Oh. Thank you, thank you. All kinds of junk to sell. Get it. Yeah, that one too. Jackpot. These are lockpicks, so I can hack into stuff. Like. Okay, jackpot. Haha, see this. That's me picking the lock. Oh, another pistol. Easy, she says. I know. Because I took the stealthy, charming. Oops. Hit that accidentally. That's alright, I probably needed it. Something in there? A ring. Get ahead of ourselves here. Loot the planet! Oh, now we have the high ground.
Got it. Inside voices.
Yes. Inside voices. There's got to be some marauders down there. Ooh, what if I hop over here? Yep, there's one right there. Oh, can I hit that? Those yellow things blow up when you shoot them.
Here we go.
Haha. Did she go down there? She did. I got that one. Switch to the big guy. See, she's having fun. She doesn't need armor. Oh, is he coming? He's coming up the stairs? Whoa, yeah, he is. Oh, and yeah. Yeah, here, let me just reload. Pull that back and fire. That was a perfect use of the bullet time. Like, oh no, I'm out of bullets. I guess it was called bulletless time then. Let's loot some bodies. Wow, and steal everything. Where did I take those other guys down? Over here, eh? Oh yeah, here's the one guy I got. And another one was right there. Oh! I mean, look at how clean that shot was. His head's completely gone. Oh yeah, okay. Back to what I was doing, which was stealing everything that's not nailed down. Community center. Why would you put the community center outside the walls? It's not very community oriented, is it? But I bet there's marauders or something. We'll see what's in here. Ooh, Raptidon biological overview. I do like that art. They did a good job. Their artists on this was. The propaganda posters are pretty cool too. Oh, it is. Hide. Oh, he's drinking. Perfect. Boom! Yeah. This hammer's way cooler than the guns. Ooh. Where's he going? How many are there? There's one up there. Just this guy. Okay, so right now. Oh. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Shit.
Here they come! Everyone all right?
Knew he was going to turn around. I knew it. Oh, there's two more guys right there, apparently. What the hell is that, a window? Don't break the window. They're looking for what that sound was now. Walk softly and carry a big hammer. Alright, there's two there and there's two down there still. Oh, he's busy. Oh, there's a Sprat right there. Hey, Sprat. I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to bring this guy. BAM! BAM! They should probably be creeping, but they're way downstairs. Mock apple juice. Made with real mock apples. Alright, let's go. There's those two downstairs somewhere. Oh, there's one. Uh-oh. Let's just get a gun out. Oh! Just for good measure. Oh man, he's still alive. Now he's not.
Whoa! Woo! Nice work!
What's this do? Primals. This display fashioned to resemble a pair of mighty primals. Yada yada yada. Oh. Definitely don't want to run into them later. Foreshadowing. Canid. Beta Lupus familiars. Oh, so they're like... Yeah, that looks like a dog I want to domesticate. right there. Uh-huh. There's one dude out there still. Gotta go get him. Never leave an enemy at your back. Ooh, also a computer. Yes, I know. Why are you telling me that now? I've hacked into like a bunch of stuff. Spacer's Choice property. Hack. Nice. No, it's not even anything useful. Meh. Alright. I swear there's one more dude down here somewhere. There he is. See the white triangle pop up. He must be really engrossed in his marauding to not have heard me take out his friends, especially when I shot one 3 times with this high-powered rifle in my hand. Oh! In the eye hole. Boom, 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 boom. Need to fix this sensitivity. Yeah. Yeah, this room. Yup, 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 yup. Sentry Saber. Ooh, it's a big sword. I can chop their heads off instead of... Oh, I got one of these things. Yeah. Trip blade. Oh, they're not very effective. Ooh, now that is effective. Get rid of this light assault rifle. We'll go with that regular assault rifle. Oh, no, wait. This one. Equip. And a hunting rifle. It's not that good, really. Got a whole lot of assault rifles now, though. Oh, I want that. I'm gonna get rid of that one. That's fine. All right. Oh, nickel pads. Still smoking in the future? Nicotine addiction, at least. Some ammo. I don't know what kind of community center this is. It's all nicotine pads and bullets. Some kind of community. Plain and pure water. Hello, vending machine. Want to sell junk. Here, you want me to buy her some armor? Buy. Oh man. I'm gonna buy that helmet for me, and then she can have my old helmet. Well, level 5. What level am I? I'm only level 3. Can't wear any of them yet.
Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Huh. Weird.
Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
See, I can't even give her a weapon. Unless she's in my army. Or they're in my inventory. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so. We can give her... Oh, she's got armor. She's fine. She's got a 7. She's got one of them electric hammers, too. I could give her a better gun, though. Huh? That would be nice of me. And this one does 120. 60, 73. That's fine. There. Now she's got a better stuff. This should go right by the stairs. I misjudged the size of the place. Can't get through that one. Workshop. Medical. Open. Alright. Antitoxin. I didn't even read what that was. Stun baton. That's when you run out of anesthesia and they still won't lay still. Whack. Alright, so check this one out too. Bard. Bastards. Gotta find a way in there. There's a downstairs. No, there's... I don't know what that room is. Gotta find out what that room is. You'll notice I try to look around corners. But that's a game. Can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Yes, this is on my PC. I was too lazy to get one of the consoles hooked up with OBS and everything. This was on sale. I've been wanting this for a while, and it was on sale this week for like half off, so I was like, well, I'll buy myself a game. I haven't bought myself a game for a while. Alright, there's gotta be a way in that room. You don't show a room and have zero way to get into it. Oh, I missed some stuff. Is that an 8-track? Like an 8-track tape. Okay, so that's the barred door. Maybe through here. Yes, this is the... I see it. I understand now. It's right here. Uh-huh. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Take it. Oh man, lots of stuff. See, it was worth finding this room. Finding a way into it. I don't think I'm gonna buy a PS5 right away. I think I might. I'm still using my PS4. I don't really use it that much. It seems like every time I buy the console, they drop the price like $200 within a month, and so I think I'm gonna wait for the $200 price drop. There's not really a lot of games coming out for it that I care about right now, so. Alright, let's see here. Terminal access. Director Pickett. Oh. Keycard encoder in the lobby is back up and running. Oh, keycard encoder. Okay. They won't go on the fritz shooting keycards at anyone. Director. Alright. Logic complaint. Session with Mantic Queen is wasting all of our budget on web development. I should go inspect that. We got to assume for one adult Mantic Queen. As you remember, our trackers discovered Beetle's plus one while for your approval. We played a team. The entire team died. Lovely. So, note to self, don't run into Mantic Queen out in the wild. Got it. I think that's it. Can I unbar this door? I can't. Because then, like... Says they're making a Mantic Queen. Those are primals. Exhibit. Oh, it must be this one. Feast your eyes on great frilled Mantic Queen. Yeah. Nothing in there yet. Right, because it just killed all the hunters. Alright, I think I have taken up enough time in this place. Yeah, I bet it's probably in the either the botanical lab or it's like just warning you later, foreshadowing the big bad thing. Phasmophobia. I saw Phasmophobia was on sale this week too. Is it good? I think Lich was playing it. As a matter of fact, I thought I just saw Lich playing it. I have an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 and a 360 and a PS3 still. And really, the PlayStation 4 gets used for Fallout 4 and video streaming. So I think this generation, I'm finally going to decide which one I want. I'm just going to get one or the other. And I haven't even put any thought into what that might be. I do want a Switch, though, because it has a lot of games that I think my daughter would enjoy. And so, I mean, and me too. I'm not all shooty. Usually I play puzzle games more than I play anything. This just happened to be on sale and I had my eye on it for a long time, so I was like, oh, I'll get it. I do need more like multiplayer games. Yesterday I was playing Crawl, which is a couple of years old, and it's basically just kill each other and then try to kill the big bad evil guy and be the lone survivor. And it's fun. It's fast and furious. But yeah, this one and the other space exploration game that came out a while back, and then it was really bad when it came out, but they did a bunch of updates and now it's supposed to be pretty good. I can't remember what it's called. Let me see if I can find it. How long have I been playing for? 2 hours. I have a game later, Shadowrun, so I'm just kind of killing time today. Figured I'd get some streaming time in so I can hit the numbers for affiliate. I gotta get a bunch of followers though. I only have 17 followers right now. Game of 2018. Star Citizen. I think it's Star Citizen. That one, what is that? Outer Wilds. It's weird that I'm playing Outer Worlds and there's also Outer Wilds.
So, what's the plan?
I'm reading the internet, lady. Might be Outer Wilds. Let me see. Outer Wilds. Nope, that's not one. It had like procedurally generated planets and stuff. I'll figure it out later. All right. We were just down there, now we're coming up here. Yes.
That's clever.
I know. Ooh, that was an important one too. 150 XP for it. Scorched Journal. Sneaky parts of industrial sector. Build my own flying death machine. What? However, upon closer inspection, I'm not entirely sure all of these components will fit together properly. So, flying death machine is mentioned in that journal. That's interesting. Yes, I'll take more lockpicks, thank you. Oh, combat drone, flying death machine. Armor parts. We'll get in here. You're gonna get. Oh, the door almost killed you. Ooh, plasma rifle. I have not slept yet. I wonder what the benefit of it is. No time like prison. Sure. Relaxing and moves time forward in supernova difficulty. You can only rest in your bed on the ship. Well, I am definitely not on supernova difficulty, because you saw how terrible I was at normal. I would probably just walk off the ship and get killed right away. Alright, so... processor core. Guessing he was building this thing and it didn't go as planned. That's a shame. I would have liked a combat drone. Dead Marauders, I like to see that. Ooh, Dead Marauders with assault rifles even better. Oh yeah, the plasma rifle. I gotta pick up. Let's go in here. Come in here. Or body. Come on. Come on. Oh, look at that poster.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, I want to close the door. Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst. All those little details, you gotta appreciate all the work they put into them. Keeps ammo in the kitchen drawer. Alright, inventory time. Because there is a plasma rifle. Oh, is it broken? I need to find a workbench. Okay. 173. Let's look at our body's inventory. What's she hauling? She already got one of those. It's better than the one she has. Alright. Let's pick armor. Nice. 16 armor from just the helmet alone, and 4 from the other thing. Oops, I want to go to hers so she can have this other armor. Because she has no helmet. She has better body armor. Riot control armor versus that. Alright. Alright, let's switch it out. Switch it out. appreciate you talking up the channel to everybody. I mean, it's not super interesting right now, but we'll get there. Just gotta slowly build that, keep building that audience. Once we get affiliate, we get couple access to some new stuff and whatnot. Stuff and whatnot. Very descriptive, I know. I gotta work on planning for the Starcrawl game on Wednesday. I have an idea, but you know, it's just a loose idea. Twitch Miss. I'm gonna stream for Twitch Miss. I do have. Two Old Guys Games is supposed to have. We're in our publishing schedule. We have a holiday adventure that I made a long time ago. It's just not like fully written up, so I would have to totally write that up and stuff. All right, I lost my marker. Where is it? There it is. And it's wacky and weird, and it was 5e, but I bet it would work really well for DCC because it's very over-the-top Gonzo-like. I think it would be a good thing to stream as well.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh man. Just take that. Hey. Let's have a chat. You're holding the gun, I'm holding the gun, I'm aiming it at you, I'm sorry.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Well, that was easy enough. Ask her one question, and she's like, "You can wander around my camp," as opposed to "Get the heck out of here, or I'll shoot you."
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Yeah, I can see that. I did just get shot into space. You and me both.
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I just killed a whole bunch for you. No, you can always go looking for her. I'll keep an eye out. Sure, that sounds good.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging.
It's Zoe from Firefly. She can handle herself.
Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Vale's a wide place. I'm not gonna torment her.
Appreciate
marauders.
Honest.
It's just rude. All right. Yeah, there you go. Why would you, if the botanicals is like where all your food was grown, why would you put that outside the town walls? I don't understand. Oh, well, hey, deserter. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. There you go. Bye. Just done stealing. Back to stealing stuff. Find the hot house. Ah, the hot house. Most assuredly it. That's pretty fancy. Some Victorian-like architecture. Maybe a little earlier than that. Here we go.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
Whatever your troubles
awful
with
nice of her.
Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
I'll be sad when I take their
Any questions,
electricity.
dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's
sounds delicious. All right, let's see here. Reed sent me to make peace with you.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere
I can't
left to
steal
go
their power.
and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
She's a talky sort.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
That's why you got to play earlier in the day. And then when it gets dark, you're like, oh, it's dark. And that's usually what triggers me, like, stopping. This one, I can just look at the stream and be like, oh, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 22 minutes. I should probably be done soon. Reed didn't really... Yeah, okay.
Reed Thompson? You
There, I
here on
delivered his
behalf of
message.
that cold-eyed reptile? Let's
See, I
hear
knew
it.
she was going to be mad at me as soon
What's
as I said
Reed's
his name.
idea of peace, then?
You're living off power belongs to town. Come back to the cannery. That's about it. Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Is that the truth? Well, I guess I'll go with
Make
that one.
amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
I mean, yeah, except for the Marauders. Alright, I'm going to tell her this one. Reed asked me to divert your power over to him.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Money. Yeah, I need that.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
Which Elder Scrolls?
Think about it. You'd be liberating an
The
entire
online one?
town from
No,
a
that's 7 years ago.
lifetime of
That's
service to that
like,
odious cannery.
Oblivion?
Seems the sort of
7
thing a
years?
hero
That's
would do.
2012. I think. No, that was 2006, I think, for Oblivion. Man, time flies. Liberating a time to his cannery seems sort of... I mean, I really do just want to fix my ship. I'll consider it. What have you got against the town? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you gotta rip them out of the cannery's guts, leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater toward our end of the grid. Think about it, you'll be liberating the entire town for a lifetime of service. I do kind of like that. I am a rebel. Oh, Skyrim. Yeah. I don't know that I ever played Skyrim. I'm sure I did. Just don't recall playing it. Alright, I'm gonna consider that.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
You don't know me very well, lady. My conscience. Oh, fancy. I mean, I do dig your hydroponics thing, so I probably wouldn't turn it off. Alright, so let's wander through here, see if there's anything interesting. I could use a workbench. Is there a workbench? Ooh, there's a computer I can hack into. I mean, use. Pinky, is that the name of your computer? doing? Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so she got tired of salt tuna. Found another worker from Edgewater, deserter, at any rate, sorry state, fever, shallow breathing. Oh, fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Yeah, my computer, the one that I'm on right now, is from, I think, 2012. It's still like a 3rd generation CPU, and they're on, I don't know, 10 or 12 now. And I just put my graphics card just went on the fritz from it. So I just put a newer graphics card in, which is what's specifically allowing me to Twitch stream and stuff, because that was the point of getting it. The chair, the camera, the new microphone, the new graphics card and stuff. So I'm working on this, trying to get this streaming for a little while. How old is Pinky? How old is the PC now? Secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer. It's people. She's feeding people to the plants. I don't know if that's true yet. I'm just skeptical. Gold teeth? Oh, Jeremy would love that. Also, gross. Corporation Service Award. Seven years isn't terrible. Could be like a 5th or 6th generation processor, maybe. So there was a plate of gold teeth, and I had just jokingly said she was feeding people to the plants. I might have been right. Feeling like maybe I hit that on the head on the first try. Cigarette lighter. Oh, we need a cigarette lighter. Why do they have cigarette lighters in the game? Alright, I don't want to leave yet. There's more rooms to explore. I see dead people. Kidding. I don't know what it is. Playing on that theme of she's feeding people to the plants. She's killing people to grow plants. Oh. We get dark out? That was fast. I mean, it's also dark out here. All right. So the geothermal plant is way down there.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Which one's Thomas? This one? No. This one is... This one?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Keep your wits about you, Freddy.
How odd. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want to go to the geothermal plant or just sit
If
here?
you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Stefan's got supplies. Where's this Stefan talks of? Stefan! Stefan! Close the door.
Something...
No, I don't want to talk to you.
You mean about...
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to close the door. Because then they don't see you stealing the stuff. Doesn't cause any problems. I don't really want to... Oh. Well, see, that would have been a problem.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yeah, your other pal said that too. You keep your wits around you. I'm gonna steal this apple. This one too. Oh. Oh. See, why do people leave the door open all the time? I'm not supposed to be misbehaving if people are leaving doors open for...
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually killing people and feeding them to the plants. It's just a hypothesis. But that plate of gold teeth sure was suspicious once I started thinking about it. First I said, ooh, gold, and I said, wait a minute. I got this big old gun right here. Alright, that was not Stefan. Ah, that's Stefan. I have not yet. It's actually like 2-3 years old, Among Us. But it is all the rage these days. Oh, this is definitely the dude to talk to.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
Oh.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping
Seems
off.
torn up. Oh, and Zoe's missing. And a plate of gold teeth. And the experimentation logs. Yep. I think Adelaide is a murderer.
Zoe and I were going to watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up.
But yeah,
I
Among
looked
Us does
around,
look
she
fun.
was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Why would you say something like that? That's not very nice. And if I was, you know what I would do? Shoot you in the head.
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper.
Score. She kept
called
notes.
it journaling, but I think it's just plain
Oh,
odd.
hey, we hit triggered a thing finally.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
Were you gonna murder her and put her in the plants? Yeah, we could play Among Us on all the RPGs. The channel's just, I mean, it's not. It doesn't say only RPGs. It just says we're gonna play all the RPGs. It's kind of an RPG. When I first saw it and understood what it was like Werewolf. Have you played Werewolf? I have the game here somewhere. Everyone sits in a circle and you're all villagers and one is a werewolf or two are a werewolf and they start killing people every night and the villagers have to wake up and try to figure out who is the werewolves. It's kind of the same thing because you're trying to figure out who it is that's killing off all the other players, which is a fun kind of game, especially if you're a really good liar. What was that about surprising?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Yeah, I figure so when I saw Among Us, I was like, oh, it's just like that. So I think Among Us would probably be really fun to play with a bunch of people, but streaming it or playing it, I don't know, playing it online, it's interesting. I'd be willing to try it. I don't have it currently, but I was thinking about getting it.
I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
All right, let's see what he's got for sale here. Slab of still dripping meat from a canid. Some good armor. Oh, stomach's rumbling. Must be about time to go. Oh, really? Oh, well, I guess I'll go pick that up in a little while then. Finish this stream. I've been here for 2 hours 35 minutes. I think I'm about done soon. I can't remember what Pavarotti Parvati, sorry. I don't want to call her Havarti. That's just insensitive. All right, what she got? She's got a 9 for a helmet and a 7 for armor. And I have a 16 and a 4. So I need some armor. You got some armor, Stefan?
Something I can help you with?
Yeah. That's why I'm talking to you, man.
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
All right, let's see here. 4, 9. Okay, so I can wear that one. So I'll buy that one. all the timers are starting to trigger now. It must be because there's actual chatting going on. Here, let's see how many of me are logged in. Number 1, 2, 3. 4. I don't think I count because I'm the streamer, so I thank you for showing up, because then I'm probably averaging 5 people. Twitch app does not want to catch up right now. There we go. You're not 4, you're number 5. Crazy, right? That one's technically not viewing. Now there. Let's just stop when I minimized it. Okay. What about, you're talking for Among Us, or what are you talking about? Special guests, snacks? It's true. My tweets are vulgar and political and outspoken. That is not a lie. Okay, so that's for me. A 4 and 4. Oh, look. I look like the Mandalorian. It is the way. And her armor is a 7 and a 9. So I can sell these armors. All right. We're going to sell you
Something
some
I can
armor
help
there,
you
buddy.
with?
Yes. Well, I was thinking of, so we're working on these pirate streams, and I was
Fresh off the
thinking
limb,
that
and that includes canid meat.
that like we might have like cameos by people who do like even pre-recorded NPC cameo things, where they come in and, you know, I just drop their video for everyone to see and hear, and I just thought it would be a cool way, because we have some contact from some people that did like when we premiered the pirate theme for Synchronous Terrarius, we had some people that played in the game that are a little better known in the industry, and I thought it would be cool if they just showed up for like one episode and ran like an NPC for a little bit, just give them all the information they need to know, and they can transmit it however they want, and then you know, it would be easier to get them in instead of like every other Wednesday or something like that. So I thought it would be a fun way to get a bunch of people into the streams in the game without being like a huge scheduling hassle. Fiverr, Spacer's Choice. Holy cow, 192 damage. Oh my god, it's 3,000 bits. 3,400 bits. I do not have that much. Alright. I still have a whole bunch of junk on me though. See, I gotta find a workshop so I can tear apart these weapons. Is there a workshop? A work table? Nope. Nope. Lockpick. Oh. Aiming to misbehave, stealing and lockpicking. Hello, chicken. Is there a work table in here? I don't think there was a workbench in here. Check anyway. I do have a big stack of paper of tabletop RPGs sitting right behind me that I have to. That's what kind of spawned this all the RPGs name was. Well, we have between Michael, my business partner, and I, and two older guys' games, we have 50, 60 RPGs. Oh. What? And so there's just this massive library between digital and physical, and I was like, well, we could just put a channel together, get some people, and start playing through all of them, and hence all the RPGs. I don't know that we'll play every one that's ever published, even though that's what it says on the channel title. But, you know, there's worse things to try to do, spend your time on. Zoe's journal. Aha! No more Edgewater. No more cannery. Oh, she got sick. Interesting. So Zoe disappeared, got sick, and then she disappeared. Or disappeared, and then got sick. One or the other. That's the only note in the whole joint? What's that other guy doing in here? Oh! Oh, sweet. I can steal the poster? Ooh, that must be a collectible. That must be like a... There's only so many things in the game that you can... Could I steal? I don't recall being able to steal any other posters I saw. It's just one of those Easter egg collectible things. Okay, so this letter says... Took too much adrenatime. Yeah. Whatever happened to personal responsibility survived by one's own bootstraps? No, that's a falsehood. Oh, so it says she took. This is page 12. So I wonder if there's a. Remember, he said she writes on scraps of paper all the time. So I wonder if there's just like 11 more or whatever throughout the botanical lab area. How is it stealing if it's just sitting outside in a box? Is it stealing? I don't know. That's a gray area. Yeah, she was accused of larceny because she, the note said she took that box of adrenatime. But did she disappear later because she got fed to the plants? Is still my main concern. Well, that's I don't know what that is. Dervish mist. It's all like inhaled narcotics and medicines. I don't think I need to sleep right now. All right. Look for a workbench. I'm gonna go in every building. I was already in this one, right? Yeah, no workbench. Oh, I'm upstairs. picking in plain sight. Oh. Interesting. Come in here. Close that door. No, I don't want to talk to you. Take all that stuff. What's in here? That's it? I guess you don't want to put too much stuff behind a locked door if you're if the player is unable to open it, then it's somewhat unfair, I suppose.
Hey, I saw that.
Saw what? Who said that? I'll shoot you. I know what you're talking about. Oh, you. Yeah? What do you want?
What do you think you're doing?
Stealing?
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
If enemies are hostile but your reputation isn't kill on sight, leaving for a few days will calm things down. Oh, okay. I was just accused of larceny too. Oops. Of course I'm gonna take all the ammo, and they can't shoot me. Oh, almost got busted again. Up here. All right, there should be a workbench or something in here. Aha! Workbench discovered. Where is it? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Walk past it. I walked in, it said workbench discovered. Oh, there it is. Oh. This is the... Do I want to take their power regulator?
Hey, that's impressive.
That was impressive. Bunch of good stuff, too. I did not see a workbench in here. Oh, there it is. Are you using that? Get out of here. To install a mod, select yeah. Got it. So like I'm using this one. Nope, I don't have. Do I have a modifier for it? Oh, I do. Extendo site. Yes. Get rid of that armor. Oh, I can tear stuff apart though now. All right, so that's what I want to do. Is I want to break down some weapons because I got all these weapons that don't do enough damage. So break it down. Break it down. Stop. Break it down. Gives me a bunch of parts. I got 2 of these. 53. Neither one does a lot of damage really. 137. 10. Oh, I lost the cursor. That one's less good than those. Less good. It's less good. All right, got a whole bunch of parts.
Got it. Heads down.
Ooh. All right. Solve that. Now. I have to ponder what I'm going to do. Oh! Landmine. Oh, that hurt. I can't hear. Let's head down to the geothermal plant, I guess. Oh, it must be outside of here. All right. I thought there'd be more than one page of notes for Zoe. Just like, got sick. They said I was a thief. I left. Then I got missing. Done gone missing. Yeah, ran right into a mine. Wasn't even paying. I was like, hey, what's this? Oh, it's a mine. Bam! Geothermal plant. If the geothermal plant is so important to the settlement, wouldn't they have guards on it? I'd put guards on it. Like, we need that place to keep supplying us or we're all gonna die. And yet I don't see any guards. From the planet to your living room. Oh, combat droid. Right there, combat drone and somebody. Mechanical sentry. All right, good to know. Scouting and due diligence are always important. People in RPGs sometimes forget that. And then they end up attacking a ship that has more dangerous crew than they thought. What? Alright, there's at least two. There's that one, and then there's the flying one right there. Oh, there's another one. Oh, Mark 1. So there's 3. Can I sneak in? Yes. Oh. I didn't fall that far.
wanted to poke around in here.
Processing data.
Uh-oh. I feel like this is I'm gonna get killed at least once kind of mission. Weird place for boxes of stuff, don't you think? It's for people like me. Inspect the whole building. What about a plasma rifle? I don't have any. Bolter pistol. Energy versus.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, got too close. Got too close, moved too fast. Have to see if there's another way in. Oh. Aha.
System.
Nope. Scientist. Does that qualify them for better gameplay? Or lying? They do anime voices, no one can tell if you're lying. Oh, there's another way in and out. Get up there. No. Jerks. It's always worth a shot. And they all got wiped out. Who wiped them out? The bots. I think the bots turned on the... Oh, that's not good.
Unexpected.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa! Well, I mean, I do like more followers. That's the whole premise. That's the whole game here at Twitch. Get more people to follow so you can get access to cooler stuff and monetize your stream and stuff. So, I'm not against anyone playing in the game, so I was just curious. Oh,
Processing.
oh, there's that droid. Droids. I said no droids. The Mandalorian has a quote for everything. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, he's not looking. Come on. Here we go. I'm whispering like that helps. Whew. Oh, those blow up. Those blue things blow up. That's good news. Oh, they saw me. It's a hole. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You don't see me. Go away. Oh, he sees me.
Unexpected.
Oh, crap.
Incoming!
Yeah. Oh, I didn't make it. This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be nice and quiet and safe. I want you to chase after me so I can blow you up. I am encumbered. Oh, got a bunch of new stuff. That's why we're encumbered. Let's come hide over here in case there's more of them. There are more of them. I heard them. I got 9. That's a 17 and a 17. Yes. There. Now I look like a corporate trooper. Elite trooper ballistics. 5 dodge minus 5 stealth. Same stuff. Okay, what about hard body? Just got a 7 and a 9. Oh, she might as well take that then. Here we go. Did we get them all? I feel like there's one more. Maybe not. Well, there's the ones way over on the other side. The geothermal plant. What time is it? 6 o'clock. 3 hours and 8 minutes. See, I look and then it's 2:35, and then I look and it's a half hour later, and I'm like, oh my god, it's dark outside. I didn't eat dinner yet. Well, just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. Mom, just 5 more minutes. Alright, this is going to load up, and then I'm probably going to see what's up and then maybe save the game.
The control room should be off to the right.
Sell junk, yeah. There, maybe that'll lighten my sell. I want to sell some stuff. What do I want to sell? I was going to sell that and that. Oh, now I got 4 of them.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
We're doing the right thing. Back up, back up, back up. Alright, this is gonna be a whole thing. I think I'm gonna call it here. Otherwise I'm gonna get involved in another firefight with more droids. And then it's just gonna be another half hour. Sell some junk, sell some extra stuff I got. If it doesn't do 100, I should get rid of it. I mean, some of them do 200. Oh man, I have tons of those. $121. Oh. Alright. That is it. I am done. Later on Notorious DMG TV, we're going to play Shadowrun in the Cortex system with Bert Isla running the game for us. This is something that's been going on for quite some time. We first played in Fate, and now we're playing in Cortex, and There's 4 of us. We've done a couple jobs, and now we've got a little bit of street cred, and now we're deep into a story that's going to continue on for a while, and we play every other Sunday on twitch.tv/NotoriousDMGTV. I think it is NotoriousDMG_TV. I don't know. I could look it up. And then we're back here on Wednesday for Starcrawl, which is my own kind of take on the rules written up by John Snodgrass. At the end of the first one of the player characters hamburgered his face into road rash, and we'll find out if the system told him to move his corpse to the nearest recycling grill, and which is a terrible thing to say to somebody who had just died. It's so rude. Notorious DMG TV. Notorious DMG. Yep, Notorious DMG TV. Later tonight, around I think 8:30 or 9 o'clock Central, we're gonna play some Shadowrun. Wednesday, here, Starcrawl. Soon, Pirates. Every week, somewhere, on a Twitch stream near you. All right, I'm out. I think it's time to go have some dinner, so I can get that done before it's time to play the game. Thanks for hanging out, Snacks. Much appreciated. Got to keep those. Oh, got to keep those unique viewer numbers up. I see a whole bunch of people. Substances? Dion, are you here? Are you lurking? I don't know. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great night. See you soon.